Okay, let's take a look at the original and let's see what the challenges are and what the solutions are. All right, if we take a look at the original document as it was supplied, all right, you'll see that underneath every image there's either two words or one word. MobyDick here, this image above here. We come up, Quake here, this image above here. Go up, this image here, MobyDick here. These words here represent the descriptive copy of the image above. So what had to happen, and using this as an example, I'm going to zoom in so you can see this. What had to happen was this information that already exists within the image needed to be removed or cropped into, and then this information was going to sit underneath it. So that is to say that what you were going to do is, and I'm just using this as an example, you would select the frame. This is the frame, which is blue right here. All right. And let's say, for example, the size, I think the size was going to be something like 41 by 26, something like that. I can't remember. But let's just say, for example, this is the right size. Just say. We give it a stroke value of 1 point. All right. And then what you do is you select the image within the frame. All right. And then you would actually, putting your finger on the shift key, you would scale it up, or you could move it around within the frame so that you can crop in. This particular procedure is known as non-destructive. In other words, you're not doing anything to the image itself. You're scaling the image within the frame. All right. So that is something that needed to take place. And I think another thing that you were talking about was the space after value. Well, if we look at, I'm going to show the hidden characters. All right, the hidden characters are those little blue dots and paragraph returns and all that old kind of good stuff. All right, these are all the hidden characters. Now, if you notice, here's every one of these paragraphs. They have a space after them. The value right now, if we go up to, we're going to go up to paragraph, which is in the menu. All right, I'm going to pull it out so you can see it. All right, if you notice, if I put my cursor anywhere in any one of these paragraphs, the value that's there right now is P5, which is actually 5 points. So it had to be 10 points. All right, as opposed to 5 points. So that's one of the things that needed to change so that you don't have double spacing. Instead of double spacing between the paragraph, you have a space after value. All right, so and let me see. However, as I was looking over my notes, I realized that this information, as far as space after values and even defining the unit measures that are being used here are picas and points, that is explained in more detail in lesson number 9. So as I was going through everything, I'm glad you sent me this email because it wouldn't be fair to you guys because you don't really understand what the point and pica values are. So I'm going to grade on the curve because this information was not shared to you yet. But another thing that we discussed was the alignment. Right now, again, if I call up the paragraph dialog box, you'll see that the alignment right now is this first one right here, which is align left. They needed to be justified. This is the justified copy. So if you notice, what happens is if you click on the justified value, it actually aligns it on both sides And then the last line is left aligned. Basically the way we read from left to right. So it's flush on both sides, and then the last line will be aligned to the left. That's what this justified value is right here. That is something that you should have noticed when you were laying it out, because I know that these features are available even in Microsoft Word. But as far as the spacing is concerned, as far as the cropping is concerned, let me see what else I'm looking here. And the caps and the small caps, let's say for example, if I were to highlight MobyDick here, and I go up here, I can click this, and it changes it to caps and small caps. All right, I'll undo it. Here you see it as what we call initial caps, the M and the D. But if I highlight the whole line and I click here, that becomes caps and small caps. And then also I believe I gave a specific size for that. So again, there are things that you could have done even though you may not have been taught it or seen it in the book yet, like the alignment. But I will grade on the curve as far as the space after. I'm going to add 5 more points to your grade because we did not go over the space after values and the difference between picas and points. Hopefully that helps.